Hammer Brother, hello. 39 months. Okay. So let's do the silver plate, right? Oh, I mean black. So I'm gonna put the silver one away. Yeah, so hello, Hammer Brother. Yes. Hey mom, this 7V looks kind of weird. Hold me, I'm scared. Yeah, not a 7V. I'm very impressed myself. Wow, that's a lot of PCBs actually. So wait, so in total we have 4 PCBs, is that correct? So we have 3 of the new PCBs and 1 old PCB. 2 Ergos? There's 3 though. I think you got 3 Ergos PCBs. Did you get a free? So did you get a free PCB? 50 months! Chokan, thank you so much! Sweet! So you have a free... Got a free PCB. Very nice. Oh, I should get the daughter board. It's the one I'm typing on right now. Yeah, I do have a soft spot for the LZ Ergo. Even though I heard a lot of them had bad PCBs, I'm hoping yours is still fine. So I'm assuming the original had the... Oh no, the new one has a Type-C connector. So... yeah, you can't use the old PCB. Well... I think so? Who knows? Well, the old one doesn't have RGB anyway. And not like we'll need the old one because we have 3 of the new ones. I'm assuming we're gonna have to pull this out. God, this always freaks me out. What's everyone been up to, by the way? When is Father's Day? Is that next weekend? Not this weekend, next weekend? Right? Why is this having trouble going in? I should test the PCB. June 19th. Okay. So next weekend I gotta call home. Fuck. Solder battery. God damn it. Why? Why is life so difficult? Let's see if it lags the stream if I plug it in. Give me 1 second. I think the last time I plugged in 2 boards into this hub, it killed OBS basically. But so far, so good. So it's pre-programmed, that's good. I'm always annoyed when they're not pre-programmed. Okay, so that one lights up. Has everyone here watched Everything Everywhere All at Once? I watched it twice last week. So once with some people on Discord, and then another time with another friend. I do want to go see it in theaters though. I want to actually support it instead of just being a pirate. You haven't seen it yet? Is it showing in theaters near you? The problem is though, I think in a lot of places it might not be the full version. So the stupid part is Malaysians are dying of an extended erection because Michelle Yeoh is slated to get a Oscar nomination for a role in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Michelle Yeoh is Malaysian. The funny thing is, at least a couple of sections in the movie were censored, cut off from the theatrical release. It is not a Netflix thing, but and thank God it's not a Netflix thing. Netflix has not made a good movie. They've made at least one good TV show, but movies, no. Alright, so everything works. Oh, these screws. But Chokan, if they don't have it in theaters or you don't want to go to the theater, I could upload mine to OneDrive and then give you a link. Or to Google Drive or whatever drive. And give you a link. That way you don't have to mess around with any online public library websites and programs. So let me know if you want me to do that. Oh god. I feel like I'm literally breaking the PCB. Because usually it's just a thin strip, you know? The excess, but look at the odd shape of this PCB. It's got huge protrusions. Overhangs, whatever you want to call them. I wish I had a huge protrusion. Okay, so PCB works. This thing is coming off. There we go. Very cool. These are the switches. Ceramax RGB browns. The springs are oiled with luminous slip differential oil. The switches, the stems are lubed with Krytox GPL 107. So basically the same treatment as the Holy Panda X that we used in Chokan 7D. So, stabilizers first. Oh, I do need a drink. I am parched. It has gotten hot over here. Oh shit, my Coke Zero's not cold enough yet. I forgot to put it in the fridge last night. So it's only had a couple hours to chill. Not chilled enough. Not enough. Yeah, oh, that is lukewarm. Stick this in the freezer. Hey Google, set a reminder for 15 minutes.
Okay, today at 9:08 p.m. What's the reminder?
Just remind me.
What's the reminder?
God damn it. Drink.
Got it, drink. When do you want to be reminded?
I fucking told it in 15. What the fuck, dude? In 15 minutes.
Sorry, for when?
In 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll remind you at 9:09 p.m.
It's so stupid. Can't find a release date, but it does. I think. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that right now. Then hopefully it doesn't hog the bandwidth. So I am going to copy. Okay, and then in OneDrive, videos, film and TV, paste. Okay, so it's gonna take a while. So right now I'm copying it over from my HTPC to my computer over a local network, and then I will, excuse me, upload it. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many do we need? We need a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stabilizers. Yeah, it's definitely the best movie I've seen in years. It might even be the best one I've seen ever. I'm not sure yet. I honestly never really thought about having a favorite movie. The problem with... The reason why I can't just like immediately set it as my favorite movie is because it's sci-fi and has to do with multiverse and stuff, right? And the problem with films like that is that there's always plot holes, and the physics might be a bit wonky and all that stuff. The logic might not check out. But the thing is, I felt so good watching it, I just kind of didn't think about it. And I guess that's what matters, right? Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, you gotta go watch it. You put your disbelief in suspenders? You're right. Belts are kind of bad. Gotta suspend them. It really doesn't matter how much you eat at the Korean barbecue. Your pants will still stay up. You don't have to loosen anything. So dielectric grease, as usual. I still like it better than 205G0 on stabilizers. Although I've heard that on the TX stabs, 205G0 works just as well, because the stabilizers themselves are so good that you don't need the extra viscosity and holding power of the dielectric grease. Of course, dielectric grease is cheaper though. So it's not like you're gonna save money using 205G0. So one annoying thing about this build is I'm gonna have to do switch alignment because it is not a fixed plate and does not have PCB mount switches. And because it has 6 stabilizers, this stream is gonna be Definitely longer than the 7V streams. Except for the one with the switch packs. That one was longer for unknown reasons. God is in the house. Hello. Dude, you know what you should do? You should either do a stream or a Instagram video of your wardrobe. Maybe once you have the new place set up more to your liking, but you totally should though. Check out my crib. Akila, hello. Ooh, a floor standing mirror. Dude, I want to get one. I used to have one. But I didn't bring it with me. Finally got Twitch to load. I see you said plenty of stuff. Yes, a lot. So 4 more to go. Yes, Scott has a harem of clothes. They might as well be. They're more expensive than whores. Almond Joy tastes so good sometimes. When I think of Almond Joy, I just think of Louis C.K. Oh man. He has that bit where he talks about how much he loves Almond Joy. How he can't stop eating them. And he says you know, if Almond Joy is like that to him, then children must be really good, must feel really good to pedophiles, because they're willing to risk their whole lives. You gotta watch it though. This might be a Monka toss, but yeah, you might have to go watch. I'm trying to remember where he talked about it. Was it on SNL? Or was it one of his... I think it was on SNL. And He was like, "Yep, this is gonna be my first and last show," and turns out it did get cancelled, but not for that bit. Yeah, in the end, he got canned for unwrapping his almond joy with questionable consent. And yes, this is correct. Cherry MX RGB browns. So that's what the owner had on his LZ Ergo. So if that's what he likes, that's what we're gonna use. But this time they're lubed with 107, so they do feel better. I still really like the subtle bump from brown switches though. People are like, oh, why? Why not just get a big bump like on the Holy Pandas or whatever? Or why don't you just go linears? It's like, yeah, but they still feel different from linears and from Holy Pandas. That's why they exist. You just want a subtle, like a little tap. We don't need a punch. Some people just struggle to understand subtlety. These are the same people who just jackhammer their prom dates. I'm just kidding. People who care too much about switches don't have prom dates. Looked up what those are and heard them before, kind of like bounty bars with an almond. Yes. I would send you one, but apparently Japanese customs can be kind of weird about food in shipping or shipped foods. It's probably protect their culture, you know. If you send a Hershey's bar, they're like, nope, 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 none of that fucking American garbage here. There we go. Okay, Google, stop. That's what I'm talking about. How do you poop in a box and send it? Well, I did just say if you ship a Hershey's bar, they're gonna reject it. clip my nails. Or just my thumbnail. Can't you actually ship poop in a box? Isn't that there's a website for it? So kind of like sending a glitter bomb. I believe there is a website you can literally send poop in a box. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we might need a... Remember that'll short the pads. I should try to get some spacers. Just Google it. If you can't find it, just go to Bing Videos and turn off Safe Search. I'm going to use some spacers on some of these stabilizer screws because some of them might short the LED pads or switch pads. Oh. Did you find it? I believe that is all the stabilizers. This one is not screwed in properly. Alright, great. Watch is 3 hours behind. Wait, what did we build last weekend? Was it also a 7V? Oh, it was. Yeah, I might do the second build for mine soon, and then instead of 2 7Vs to build. Those two I'm not sure when they're gonna happen though, because I don't think the owner has figured out the switches yet. So just gonna spread the switches. Because these are not PCB mount. So we're gonna do it the traditional way, the careful way. This switch. It's 1.5, right? I think so. bring out the soldering iron. I'm just soldering one pin at a time and going back to pushing it in. I'm going to do this for most of these switches that I already installed in the plate. This way it'll hold the PCB and plate parallel enough that when we put the rest of the switches in, they should go in just fine. So this ensures that all the switches are going to be nice and flush against the PCB and the plate. I really hate the, what's it called, memory wire, whatever. I hate how kinky this Hakko soldering iron cable is. Why can't you just be straight and vanilla? I will say though, the PCB does feel very good to solder. It's got nice thick pads, so the solder just goes right on. Feels really nice. Antiques, hello. What does this run actually? Does this run jig on? Jig on these nuts. That's why I hate plastic bottles for soda. Voyager, hello. Difference between the Ergo and Ergos. So a few things. It's just the Ergo modernized. I say modernized, but it does have RGB, so I think that's kind of... It's not as popular anymore, but it has a RGB underglow. It has Type-C and on a daughter board. The design is cleaner. It's got cleaner lines. It's got a simpler design now, for the most part. And it runs QMX apparently instead of Jigon, because Jigon fucking sucks. Oh, QMK. I thought QMX was like this new thing. But that's good. So truly modernized then. Just runs what everything else runs. Oh, and it's basically, it's got wind keyless blockers. It's not wind keyless. You'll see what I mean. But it's got blockers. So it's kind of cool, I guess. But if you got used to using the 2 extra keys on the original Ergo, then this might be something to get used to. Over the 2 extra keys. I'm going to show you the picture of the LZ Ergo. So this is the LZ Ergo, so the original. As you can see, it's got the split space bar, and then you've got 4 keys on each side, right? So on the Erghost, these keys are blocked off. So you got 1.51, 1.5 spacebar, 1.51, 1.5 spacebar. So I think a lot of people will say that the new one looks better, the layout at least. You do lose 2 keys, so it depends whether or not those 2 keys were useful to you. Now it's 2 keys in addition to the standard TKL. So if you're used to a typical TKL, you're not actually losing anything. Man, see, look at how good that looks. Look at the little bumps under the switch. You see that? The 2 nipples? Look at them just touching that PCB. Oh, that is a sight to behold. That is beautiful. That is what we want to see. Look at that. I can assure you, most custom builds out there fail to do this. I would say most. I'm not even gonna say some. I'm gonna say most. Because you have to be quite deliberate to get them in nice and flush like that. It doesn't take a lot of work, but it takes some. And sadly, most people just kind of don't care. Oh fuck, I shouldn't have soldered that one in. Because I need to switch alignment for that one. Just gonna desolder real quick. I'm not even gonna fire up the desoldering gun, I'm too lazy for that. So I'm gonna do it the hard way. Motherfucker. There's an air bubble in that pin. There we go. Better now. So, oi Jar, now that you're gonna start a new job soon, you're gonna start an office job soon, does that mean you actually need to get a new keyboard to celebrate? Oh, that's kind of cool. This is kind of cool. So usually, if the PCB is labeled, usually they just do the symbols, right? But this one, see, it says backslash, dot, comma, scolon, semicolon, quote, left bracket, right bracket. So it's just different. Usually I just see the symbols if it's labeled, but it's the full text. So that's interesting. Alright, so all these switches went in nicely. That means I can go ahead and solder the second pin. Oh. I cannot get over how good the switches look right now. Also, I might not stream next Friday. Not sure yet, but I might have a friend come visit from out of town, so might not stream next Friday. We'll see though. Also, again, build commissions are open. So, if you have a keyboard that needs built, you have switches that need lubed or modded. I do Topra as well. If you have any work and you have more money than time, please send them my way. Yeah, because I'm finally caught up. I do not have a backlog anymore. No group buy, that's for sure. How group buys? Dude, that's why that's what I was thinking of when I asked you the question, because I think it was Geekster that linked the KBD Fans Tiger or whatever. That one seems pretty good. I don't know if that one is in stock though, but it is done by KBD Fans. And that one's, but that one, and that one doesn't need any soldering. I think that one is just hot swap. Oh, you want a 1800? Wait, what board do you have? Do you have the KBD 18X? Oh, is it 19X, not 18? I have no idea. Honestly, don't know. Is that layout even popular anymore? Where did my cursor go? I lost my cursor. There it is. Yeah, I don't even know what KBD Fans has these days. Let's see. Oh, that's it? The hell? The hell? Do I don't even know what all these are. Anyone see any 1800s? I don't think there's any. Yeah, I don't see any. Rip. Kunlun. Oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh wait, it's a 60% type. It's not a TKL type. Never mind. I mean, still cool, but or 65, not 60. Yeah, that means I won't use it. But it does look nice though. Not gonna lie, it does look very nice. I wish they had more pictures without the fucking wrist rest. The wrist rests are so stupid. They promote bad typing form. This is the Tiger Light. Not gonna lie, I find for these boards, I actually am more interested in the light versions than the full aluminum versions. Because I already have aluminum boards. I'd rather mess around with some plastic, some cheap plastic. Isn't the Odin 1800? So I guess this was the only one that they had. Well, I say 1800. It's technically a Jetfire layout. Pixel Space. Interesting. I haven't seen this one before. I do like the retro look though. I don't like this section over here. I think that looks... Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. For something retro, I'd rather have just no lighting. Because this colorway is sick. This beige or tan and yellow, oh, that is so good. But yeah, but with the light, it's like, what the fuck? Why? That looks super good though, not gonna lie. Tofu 84 per key RGB. Man, look at how far we've come. I think a hot swap per key RGB just ready to ship. Cheapo plastic. Wait, that thing is $60. That thing is $57? Really? Oh wait, no, that's just the PCB. How much is the whole kit? The fuck? Kit is kit 2. So $66 for the whole thing? That's amazing, dude. This is the type of shit I actually want to try. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, cause sometimes you find some gems, the really cheaply made stuff. Some of them are actually decent. The thing is, like, super, like, now that you know $300-400 keyboards are so ubiquitous, most of them are kind of similar. Honestly, I just don't really care for them anymore. But if you find the cheap stuff, those are things that you can recommend to your friends. If I get a 400, like say like 7V, as much as I like it, it's not something I can tell my friends, hey, you should get one too. Or if they come over, you're like, oh man, where can I get one? You're like, well, I don't know. I like the cheap customish boards. The ones that you can, you know, still mess around with the switches. You can do some customizing here and there, but they're cheap and they're in stock. Those are the ones where, you know, if they're decent, then I can get them for relatives, I can get them for friends, I can recommend them to friends and family. And I think at this point that is more valuable to me than, you know, me just jerking myself off of my fancy keyboard. Hey, Tanvir is starting a bank job soon as well. He has a numpad and a TKL. Just built those two for him. Or he actually just received them. He just received them Wednesday, I want to say. Oh, he didn't post any pics though. Unbelievable. I don't even own a KB67 Lite, but I sold 4 of them. As in, 4 of your friends and family have bought them, or your friends have bought 4 of them. Man, see, if you set the groundwork right. Oh shit, my Coke. Words you don't want to say at the TSA line. Oh shit, my Coke! Yeah, see, if you do the first few switches correctly, see, the rest of these switches are not even soldered yet, but look at how they all sit nice and flush. Look at that. I haven't had an opportunity to do work like this in a while because of all the 7Vs, and most of them were PCB mount with a thin poly plate, so I had to. So it ends up kind of being easier to do because I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about straightening anything. But doing this is more satisfying because you know that most people can't get this perfect. Oh, look at that. All those nipples just lightly touching the PCB. No gap at all. That just feels good. Feels good when you're doing work with your hands and you do a good job. Apparently, I need to do more screwing, like with a screwdriver. Because I've discovered that right now my grip strength is my limiting factor in my workouts. Like even stuff like just bicep curls, I found that the thing that's stopping me the most is actually my forearms. My forearms start stinging way before my biceps. So, or maybe I just have to wank harder. Gotta grip harder. Yeah, it's just genetics because even my 2 brothers who work out, who've been working out longer than I have, they say they have trouble putting on muscle mass on their forearms too. Yeah, so for us, calves are fine. So some people, they have to do, you know, they struggle with leg day. No matter how hard they work out, their legs, they don't put on a lot of mass over there. I haven't, you know, never really did leg day or whatever. I mean, I used to play soccer here and there, but that was it. But my calves are fine. But my forearms, fuck, dude. Even pull-ups, it's my, just trying to hang from a pull-up bar, it's my forearms that get tired first. It's so frustrating. I want a cheaper board these days because the cheap boards these days is better than group buy boards when I got into the hobby a few years ago. You're not wrong. I feel kind of the same way with phones. But right now I just can't, you know. The only thing I use my phone for is I take pictures. Even then, the usual pictures I take are what? Food sometimes. And a lot of it is just pictures of keyboard stuff to customers. Like, that's it. Like, hey, look, I finished working on your switches. Send them a picture. Or I packed your keyboard. Here's a picture. So I use the camera. I use it for Reddit. I use Spotify. And that's basically it. And Discord. And that's basically it. I rarely even use it to watch videos. Any kind of video that's longer than, say, half a minute, I refuse to watch it on my phone. I'll just wait until I get back home on my desktop, and then I'll watch it there. Which is kind of a problem when people send me links to watch on Discord and I'm out and about. So they send it to me and I'm on mobile, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll watch it when I get home. And what happens when I get home? I obviously do not remember to watch the video. A big reason is because I don't have any ad block on my phone, whereas on desktop I don't have to worry about YouTube ads. VPR, hello. Yeah, it's going all right. What about you, though? How is my OneDrive going? I'm uploading a movie. The hell? What the fuck? Oh, it might be done. Okay, Chokan, you don't have to continue watching the stream, or you can just leave it on and mute it. Apparently it's done. What is CRA? Oh, Crazy Rich Asians. It's pretty highly rated, but I haven't seen it myself. I'm glad it's a full Asian cast. The reason why I haven't seen it is because it's mostly about elite Asians and, you know, the really materialistic aspect of a lot of middle upper class Asian families. And I think what's stopping me from watching it is my extended family is kind of like that. They're not that rich and that opulent and disgustingly wealthy, but yeah, it's a big reason why my family does not keep in contact with the rest of my dad's side of the family. I think it would just hit too close to home. So that's all the easy switches soldered. Now we have to do switch alignment because of the universal layouts. It's annoying. This means I need to bring some keycaps out. Bum 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 bum. Excuse me. Man, why? Why do they still support ISO enter? Does this even support ISO? Oh, it does, I guess. So stepped enter, I believe, yes. Wait, no, this is 2.25, not 2. use some GMK keycaps to straighten the switches. Because these switches are not held on all four sides by the plate. Why you do this to me? I was content with my piece of shit. Plus the keyboard now have like 20 open tabs or keyboard sites. There you go. I mean, the reason I brought it up was because, you know, I finally have a new keyboard after years. Finally built my 7V. And feels kind of nice. And kind of same thing with Tanvir, a Red Hawk, and my other friend in Dallas, because we also haven't had keyboards since the 7V group buy, or even before, maybe even before that. And so both of them just received their 7Vs this week, and I built mine 2-3 weeks ago. And you know, it's kind of nice. All right. I still don't think I'm gonna, you know, join any group buys or whatever, but feels good. What the hell? You know what game I kind of miss playing? Hades. Maybe I should play it again. I haven't played it in a long time. So we need 1.51. Now for this side, this is the harder side. There's just more shit going on over here. Fucking ISO enter, dude. Ruining custom keyboards since 2012. Looking forward to any new games. Dota 3 maybe? I'm just kidding. I'm looking forward to Tiny Tina's Wonderlands being released on Steam. Although I'll probably wait until Black Friday season or Steam summer fall sale or whatever, or winter sale to get it. Apparently it's not that great. It kind of runs into a lot of the problems that Borderlands 3 had. So I'm not gonna pay full price for it. So I am looking forward to that one though, because I had a lot of fun playing. Oh god, I cut myself. What happened? I had a lot of fun playing the Tiny Tina DLC in Borderlands 2 with my brothers, with my friends, and so quite a bit of nostalgia there. I'm looking forward to that. Though I'm not like super excited over it. I'm looking forward to Elden Ring seeing a discount. I really want to play it because it's basically Skyrim but harder, right? And so I want to play that, but I can't afford paying $60 for a game, so I'm just gonna wait for a sale. What else? I don't know if I've seen anything else, honestly. Tiny Tina is the one that looks like Borderlands. Because it is Borderlands. It's basically a spin-off. The difference is that it's based on a DLC where it has a lot of, it's kind of a parody of Dungeons and Dragons, or a tribute, however you want to look at it. And so it's got fantasy elements in a shooter game. And so instead of just being a DLC, they made a full title out of it. And so Tiny Tina Wonderlands is basically a fantasy shooter. Fantasy looter shooter. So it doesn't have as much sci-fi as the typical Borderlands, but it still very much is a Borderlands game. It basically is a Borderlands game. Just that you don't have to play the Borderlands series to... You don't have to worry about the story and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not really the type of person that plays a lot of new games. If you're asking me long term what I'm looking forward to, BioShock 4. I don't know if it'll be good because the studio kind of got gutted, apparently. But I'm hoping it'll be decent. But other than that, I don't know. Anyone got any recommendations or suggestions? The funny thing is, I still watch the news videos on Angry Joe Show on YouTube. So every Monday they have a news segment. It's between 40 minutes to an hour. It's 2 separate videos every Monday. And so I still keep up with gaming news. And I'll watch game reviews and things like that, but I don't actually play them. I haven't even played Guild Wars 2 that much. I've just been, the little bit of free time that I have, I just play Dota and that's kind of it. It's a sad life. burned out extremely hard in Guild Wars 2. One Guild Wars 1 but better, and that's not what I got. Yeah, it's a very different game. I mean, I burnt out a while back. And then started playing again with the friend who introduced me to the game. But now I am burnt out again. Because I crafted basically one legendary a week for at least 12 weeks. I was going at a rate of one legendary, I averaged one legendary a week. And no, it wasn't just 12. It ended up being like 17 or something. Around 17 that I made. So 17 weeks where I was making one legendary a week. Either legendary armor or legendary rune or legendary trinket. The trinkets were a pain. And so yes, definitely burnt out. Especially because I was doing all the content on my own basically. I was doing World vs. World, I was doing PvP because those were the only avenues for solo players to get legendary armor. For PvE, you had to do raids, and raids are kind of dead. They haven't been developed in years. And all the friends that I used to play with quit the game, so I didn't have a raid group to play with. Friends are trying to suck me into Lost Ark. I'm impressed that people are still playing it. It's good. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I say it in a good way. I'm glad that people are still playing it. I'm glad that it wasn't. I know a lot of people have stopped playing, but I'm also surprised at the number of friends or people I know that are still playing it. Because it means that the game wasn't just hype. I'm not a fan of the Lost Ark art style though. And I'm not an SJW or whatever, but I do get quite annoyed with the typical gamer treatment of female characters, you know? It's just lazy and unimaginative. You're like, ooh, high armor, booba time. I mean, I feel the same way in movies, right? Where, you know, you get these stupid damsel in distress characters and you're like, oh my god, really? It's this fucking trope again. And it's so annoying. And the thing is, even in Tarantino films, you see it. So, like Shoshana in... Oh, am I spoiling it? Oh, it's been out for so long, though. If you haven't seen it, it's your own fucking problem. But there is one scene. Spoilers if you still haven't seen Inglourious Basterds. This one isn't exactly a big part of plot, though. This one is whatever. But she gets ready to shoot a Nazi. She's a Jew. And the Nazi is lying on the floor. The Nazi was trying to kill her. And instead of finishing him off, as in shooting him, not jerking him off, instead of doing that, she's just like, oh, I'm a woman, typical woman, you know, like, oh, so sad, I should not. And then what happens? The Nazi gets up and shoots her. I'm like, really? You're telling me she went through all this trouble to fight Nazis, And then the moment she gets presented with one up close, she's like, oh, boo-hoo, so sad. I should leave him alive. And then she dies. It's in so many movies that I fucking hate it. It's just lazy. It's like what, you know, it's like when comedians still joke about, oh, you know, women, am I right? They just can't make up their minds, you know? And it's like, alright, I've heard this joke a million fucking times. Do you have any new content? So same way with you know, armor, because it happens in Guild Wars 2 as well, where the female equivalent of version of an armor set can look wildly different from the male version. The male version will be super sick, you know, fully armored up. You look like a Giga Chad in chainmail. And then the female version is just some pieces of cloth covering the nipples and maybe the crotch, you know. And it's like, why? I want my female paladin to look just as badass. That's just like, why can't, you know? If you want a sexy version, that's fine. Give the men a sexy version too. Just make it a separate set. Don't just separate it down gender lines for no fucking reason, right? Because the sets just don't even look like remotely similar. They're still the same name, but just because the female version, it's completely different from the male one, and it's just like, what the fuck, why? If we're gonna have a bikini, give the guy a bikini too. Give him a man thong. Because the funny thing is, for two of the races in the game, for Asura and the Char, it works like that, where the female characters of those two races get the same armor as the male characters. And that's great, because when you say an armor set, when you think of the armor set, you know exactly what you're thinking of, because there's only one version for both men and women, or male and female characters. Whereas for the humans and the humanoid characters, they're just wildly different. It's just annoying. It's like, why go through all that trouble? Why don't you just make a separate set? Sikified, most news can't play anything. That's exactly right, Chokan. Saw and lost interest in the game. Yeah, did you guys see how the higher level you are, the smaller your panties get, or something like that on the female character? Nothing like that on the male characters, just on the female characters in Lost Ark. This is what happens, man. This is what happens when you ban porn in your country. All these South Koreans, just horny as fuck. That's why the K-pop industry is so toxic. And why you have all the Korean booba streamers. Because just like in Malaysia, porn is banned in South Korea. So you get a very repressed society. Oh yeah, booba in my music, booba in my games, booba in my Twitch. so glad Borderlands was not made by a South Korean studio. It would have been Boobalands. Boobalands 3. Playing Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina game on my Steam Deck. Oh, nice. Wait, you actually got the Tiny Tina game? It was on sale on Epic Game Store. For quite a bit, actually. It was 20. It was either 20% off and an additional 25, or 25% of additional 20%. Wait, it was free? Wait, you mean free to play weekend or free completely? Wait, it was completely free? What? Oh no, I think, are you sure it's not a... Are you sure it's not the Borderlands 2 DLC? Cause it says November 2021. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's basically the standalone DLC of the Borderlands 2 DLC that I was talking about is the standalone version. So it's literally the same thing from Borderlands 2 DLC, except it's its own game. They made it as kind of a... kind of like a teaser, I guess, for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. They were just trying to get people to be familiar with the concept and the world, so you didn't have to play the Borderlands series. You didn't have to start from zero. You didn't have to buy Borderlands 2 and then get the DLC. It was basically just a standalone thing. Yeah, so no, not Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Freaked me out for a bit, because if it was actually free, I would have been okay with playing on Epic. They both run well on Steam Deck. Oh, that's good. So are you just playing it on the go, or? This thing's double standard. I want a male tank to show some skin to it. No, exactly. That's the thing. I'm okay if with horny gamers. I just want horny gamers to celebrate some equality. Horniness needs to be egalitarian. We should be equally horny. Or we should allow people to... You get what I mean. The JST on this PCB is very fragile. I did kind of have troubles trying to plug in the JST connector. So do you mean it pops off super easily? Because I can see that happening. Should I reinforce the solder on it? Should I add a bit more solder? Because you barely see any solder on the connector, and when I was plugging it in, it was super tight. So I can see it just pop off, and not in a good way, not like, you know, popping off, man, it's fragging out. You should glue it down. I mean, I could add a bit more solder to it, because I know it just uses solder paste. Or we could just be very careful. Yeah, if this were mine, I would pour some epoxy on it. But I think as long as we gently plug it in, which I'm about to do right now, I'm going to hold down the connector as I push the cable in. Yeah, I can totally see if you're not holding this down, because the solder is very thin. Flux and add more solder on the side. Because usually even in solder paste, it's kind of 3-dimensional. It kind of sticks out, you know. Whereas this one, it's just it's just flat. So it means there's barely any solder paste on there. Some of the Canon Keys keyboards had a bad footprint that caused them to fly off easily. My bot is dead, which reminds me, I didn't even have stream labels turned on today. Shit. Ah, whatever. We don't need it. So, put this set up. Is there a difference between the white and the black rubber burgers? Why are there two colors? One is black, the other is not. Excellent observation, Watson. So let's go black. Or should we go white? Because if you go black, then you can't go back. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Vitriol Drinker, welcome to the stream. Let's take the case out. I'm glad the rubber feet cutouts are big enough for the rubber feet. I always get annoyed that when keyboards have them exactly the right size, but you know, a lot of the rubber feet, they've got like a little bit of the additional rubber or silicone, the base, that makes it really hard to squeeze into very tight cutouts. I quite like the chunky screws. Oh, nope, not big enough. I've been able to catch a stream for a long time. Hey, no problem. I mean, I haven't streamed in a long time. Just got back recently. Speaking of, might not be a stream next Friday. Because a friend visiting from out of town. Although that friend might bring the MT3, the Lord of the Rings MT3 caps. Is it MT3? I think it's MT3. What the hell? Is that screw stripped? So, if the keycaps show up, I might do a quick stream to unbox them or something. Maybe, but don't count on there being a stream. So We'll take a break next week. Man, I do like that. This big chunky slab of polycarbonate. It's quite nice actually. I just really wish we would finally be able to block out RGB, to isolate it to just the poly or acrylic cutouts instead of it bleeding all through the top. Okay. So now we have to take this out because we have to put the daughter board in. Wow, this does feel quite good. Man, look at that. Can't do the flex test on this bad boy. I'm assuming it just goes like that. So, be very careful here. Fuck. God damn it. Does mean I have to pull this out? Fuck. Put electrical tape to block the holes sometimes. But for this one, you have to block a lot though. It says a lot of RGB. I don't even know why there's RGB on the front. There's no cutouts in the front. Yeah, this one has RGB all around. I don't like when angle bleeds through the top of the PCB through the alternate layout cutouts. Exactly, that's what's annoying. You'd think that in 2021 would finally, or 2022, shit, why did I say 2021? Damn. We're already halfway into 2022. Then we put this in. Okay, ready to screw just this middle one, I'm assuming. They do include some other screws, so I'm guessing maybe we do need to screw the rest in. That was in that oh, I just realized the focus is fucked. Excessively unfriendly design. That's the way to have the Type-C connector stick out where you need it to though. But yes, it is kind of annoying that it's hidden under the plastic, but that's fine. The thing is, you have to be very careful if you ever take the PCB out for some reason. So definitely press down on that connector before you yank the cable out. Don't just pull it out straight like that. You might lift the whole connector off the PCB. Okay, I think that's good. So I like that they included some extra screws. Ooh. Squeaky keyboard. So I think that's it, right? Then you just put this on. Turn it. So, Sun the 8th, what made you switch to silver? Did you just want something different, or is your setup, do you have a max setup or something like that, where it's more silver than black? Because I recently, the 7V is actually my first black custom keyboard. I never cared for black custom boards before this because I always thought, oh, you know, it just looks like plastic, right? But now I am a simple man with a simple mind, and because the rest of my setup is black, so just decided to just go with black. Thought the silver go with the most keycaps. You are correct, actually. Which was exactly why I used to always get silver boards. But then now I don't, you know, buy a bunch of keycaps anymore. So I just have black, and I just have a black set on it, and then I'm set. Yeah, I really like that they include extra screws. Very, very underrated feature. If you can even call it a feature. Sometimes you just lose them. That does look very nice though. Matches the screwdriver. Anyone have any tips and tricks for egg salad? I'm gonna make a... I already boiled 6 eggs just now. So I'm gonna make some egg salad to make some egg sandwiches. I haven't decided if I want to just use white onions or if I want to get scallions or if I want to do pickled red onion, because I have a jar of pickled red onions. So I might not even need to add onions to it. I could just eat it with the pickled red onions. What do you think about egg salad with some furikake? I got another 2 kinds from 99ranch.com. Just got these 2 in. Whoops! Fuck. The fucking fan. I need to turn off the fan. I think the black plate was a good choice. I agree. Looks way better than just silver. Yeah, so maybe I'll do furikake and my egg salad. That would taste pretty good. Maybe I'll do rice vinegar instead of lime juice in the egg salad too. Make a more Asian version. Yeah, that does sound kind of good actually. But that means I definitely need to get scallions. Man, that is... I'm just admiring it. It does look very nice. Now to get some keycaps to put on here. Let's do hyperfuse. Actually, I don't even know if hyperfuse has enough keys to fill it. Because we need two 2.25s and two 2.5s. I don't even know if hyperfuse has those keys. Yeah, so if this doesn't work, we're gonna use Imsto PBT because I have enough extras from those. So 1, 2.5. Nope, that's not gonna work. I don't think I have an extra 2.25 because I have two 2.25s, but I only have one 2.5. If we had done a 1.51, that would have worked out perfectly because that means we would have only needed one 2.5. Can't do this, so it's gonna have to be PBT. Saber should be dropping soonish. Do you have a link for those of us in the chat? Mango Head 12, welcome to the stream. What is Keycap? So this is Yankee Hyperfuse Origins. Can't use them because we need two long right shifts, but this set doesn't have two long right shifts. It has two long left shifts, but that's it. So we're gonna try this instead. hoping we have enough for this side. Oh god, this is gonna be a pain. Wow, I kind of don't want to do a typing test on this thing because I cannot type on this thing. Because I don't have the correct touch typing technique. And so the split setup really fucks me up. Because everything in the middle, I use the wrong fingers. So now this set is Imsto PBT Japan JP in black on black. This and in addition to this should cover everything we need over here. Got a 512 SD card and it's full already. Yeah, I got the... I think I got the mid-tier. I don't remember. Or I reserved the mid-tier. I don't even know if I'll keep it because... Maybe if I sell the Surface Pro, I might be able to justify keeping the Steam Deck, but... I don't go out enough to make use of it. It's print screen, scroll lock, pause break, right? Been traveling every other week for work, so it's coming in handy. Nice. Yeah, see, I don't travel for work, so it's... And the problem is the only games I play are co-op or multiplayer or whatever, so I don't even know if it's something I want to do on the go. Not co-op multiplayer, yeah, PvP basically. Because at first I thought, okay, I'll have it so that I can do Guild Wars 2 logins, I'll do some, you know, some of your typical daily quests and things like that, but I don't even play it that much anymore. So I don't know if I can justify keeping it. And I'd rather use the money to pay rent, you know? That's the reality. I would like it as a kind of like a laptop on the go, but No, no. Don't know. Cause dude, some things are still just fucking shit on mobile. You know what is terrible? The Gmail app. If you're doing Gmail on it. Sometimes it's trying to send some replies. So, Sun Tzu the 8th, I don't know if you saw one of the emails that I tried to send on mobile earlier. The whole formatting was just fucked. All I did was trying to paste a picture of of the LZ Ergo's layout options and try to reply to an email. Oh, and sometimes when the email conversation gets too long, you literally can't even send an email on mobile. It'll just be like, "Oh, your message is too big." It's like, bro, you don't need to fucking send the whole fucking thread. And there's no option to change it. It's like, yep, you just can't send anything. What the fuck? Also, the search is fucking terrible in the Gmail app. And it's owned and run by Google, the biggest search engine in the world. Totally fucks up the dick pics when they're too big. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem that I have. Totally. Don't do this at home, kids. Always use a keycap cooler. Oh, is this the extra key? I think that's it. Okay, so ah, fuck. The extra 2.25 is not here. Yeah, I can't figure out if it's the stabilizer or the switch. It could just be the switch. So I might have to swap the switch out. Something does not sound right here. Yeah, it's the switch. You can literally hear that. Okay, so I have to make a note to swap out the backspace key. It's like this switch doesn't have the problem. I just have to unscrew 8 screws. Oh, and I had to take the fucking cable out, huh? Yeah, so we're gonna have to change that switch out. Maybe this one as well. Maybe the right shift. So you just compared these to this. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to switch out right shift and backspace. Alright, time for another set. Is this Orabash? Wait, do I have... Holy shit! I do have an Imsto Black and Black Orabash set. Damn, how much are these worth right now? I thought I gave my last set away to Trinity. Turns out I still have another one. Fucking sick. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, I should have bought all of them. I wish I had more disposable income at the time. I mean, let's be real. I wish I had more disposable income all the time. But I would have bought everything. Good, I only got one. I at least got one of each, except black on black apple, I think, because I had the standard version. So I didn't see a reason to have the black version. See, this sounds good. Sounds good. These two don't sound good. See, compare this to... See, same key. Key length. So it's the switch. It's not that consistent, so we're gonna have to switch some things around. Okay, I have to remember these two. Okay, then we need an extra key that goes here. But we do have an extra blank. Oh, it's because this is not a blank. It looked like a blank, but it's actually a dot. You have a huge lot for a time there? Like a big lot? Yes! It was all the Ivan stuff. We're basically... He was peddling stolen goods. Yeah, the switch needs to be swapped out for these two. They sound horrific. See, that is good. That is not that good. And that is actually bad. Forgot I had them. Nice. You're not using it on your piece of shit keyboard? Hey, if you're a Star Wars fan and you want an Imsto black on black set, I know a guy with an Orabesh set. I know a guy. He won't let it go for cheap, but he'll let it go. Oh, do you know this guy? He's actually my boss. The main thing I have against the LZ Ergo setup is I never know how exactly to position it on a desk. Because if I try to line up this side, then this is not symmetrical anymore. But then if I try to line this up symmetrically, then this kind of sits at a weird angle. Oh. Oh god, it's set to literally RGB. Just red, green, and blue. What the fuck? I do like the RGB window. I think it's a nice setup. I just wish they did some work to cover up the rest of the gaps. Because that is a solid bar right there. It does run QMK, but I don't want to have to go dick around with programming it. Why is it set to literally show RGB? That's kind of lame. What are the... Is there like a function key setup where I can change it real quick? Nope. Oh, I just don't want to mess with it. God, that's annoying. I know, right? The default is the rainbow colors, but it's literally RGB. But again, it does look nice though because it's a huge strip. The block is very big, so it diffuses the lights decently well. The default is red, just red. But yeah, right now it's literally RGB. Literally red, green, and blue. Oh, I just realized. Sunzu the 8th, did you want me... Am I supposed to solder in LEDs for the status indicators? Oh, you don't want status indicators? I mean, because I have to take the thing apart anyway to switch out the two switches over here. So if it's something you need done, I can install the Oh, do I have to plug out? Do I have to unplug the other VIA board I had plugged in? Okay, now it's recognizing LZ Erghost. We're gonna open up PC Load Letter's favorite keyboard software. Oh, it has literally nothing programmed. So, Sunzu the 8th, do you use B on this key or do you use B on this key? Left or right for the B? Yeah, I do have LEDs. So if you would just tell me what color do you want? I have white, I have red, green, and blue, I have sky blue, I have orange, I have yellow, I think, and purple. I don't have switch hitter installed on this computer. I have it installed on my other computer. B on the left. Okay, so let me change that. B, 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 B. God, why is this thing set to alphabetical order? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but still. And so this becomes a function key. So modifier 1. Space, space. This needs to be right alt. This needs to be left alt. Right? I think so. Left when, right. Wait. Why is this left? The hell? Why did both set to the left? Fuck. There's just cars and stuff. There might be trains near. I do hear a train horning every once in a while, but I don't hear trains. Off work, very nice. Alright, where do we put the RGB stuff? Is the question. I'm just gonna set them here. Actually, no. Yes. And Good enough. So let's try this out. Oh, we did it. I can't even tell what mode I'm on. The light's not set up correctly or something. Why is there no standard spectrum mode? Whatever, we'll leave it like this for now. But it's finally not red, green, and blue. I'm just gonna pretend like I'm typing properly on this thing. Yeah. Lord knows I can't type on this shit. Oh, I need some drink. So I type the B on my right hand. Sounds quieter than my current Ergo. Yeah, so I need to switch these two out for sure, and then I'll test some of the other big keys. See that? That sounds very nice. This one as well. But these two are problems. See how solid this one sounds? This one, the metal leaf in the switch is big bitch. Yeah, quite nice. This is an LZ Ergo cleaned up. Cleaned up with RGB. The bottom is interesting with the lines. I wonder what this is for. You're supposed to put a sticker on here, like an Intel Inside sticker. Of course, you've got the grooves on the side. Kajata, hello. Is the TKL part of the board supposed to be parallel to the desk edge? See, that's the question that I had. Sons of the 8 says you want the arrows to be parallel. That's what he does, at least. Because, yeah, the annoying thing is the way it's angled. If you make this part parallel, I don't think... Yeah, so if you make it parallel... It's parallel with the desk mat right now. You can see that this section isn't... Maybe it is? I don't know. It doesn't look symmetrical though, but it might be me. I don't think it looks... It's also because it's not equal in width. So that's why the angle is difficult. Because this side is way wider. It's quite a bit wider. It's literally 1.5 U wider than this side. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 2.75, so that's 8.75 across. This is 5 plus 2.25, so this is 7.25. 7.25 U on the left side and 8.75 on the right side. So that's why the angles can be a bit weird. Open spot between halves is right at the center. So you have it center like that. I mean, if I use a TKL, that would be how I would do it as well. The typing section should always be centered with you. LZ badge and oh wait, so they did include an LZ badge? Oh. I was wondering what the fuck is that thing for? So, okay, the things I have to do this weekend, I'm gonna have to pop it open, change these two keys out. These two need to be out. And then I'm actually going to do SIP sockets instead of just LEDs. That way, if the LEDs ever die, you can hot swap the LEDs basically. It's more work for me, but that means that maintenance will be easier for you in the future if the LEDs die. Because the LEDs will probably die before the rest of the board, I'd say. Hopefully, if the PCB is good. But you do have 3 PCBs. Is the frame rate still bad? Alright, it's fine. But yeah, that was the board. Very nice. Very, very nice. God, I need to get a haircut. Hopefully this week I'll go get one. I have not decided. So, that one Asian hairstylist in Fort Collins, she's not taking on new customers anymore. Finally heard back from her. So, I don't know if... I'm going down to Denver next weekend, so I don't know if I want to get a haircut in Denver or if I just want to find someone else in Fort Collins or here in Greeley. You know, I don't know. It's kind of a risk getting someone here. Big risk. And I don't know if I'm more comfortable going to an old white lady. Seems like most of the hairstylists here are just old white women. So, do I go to them? There's another dude, I think he's Hispanic. I think he's like more middle-aged. Maybe I'll go to that guy? I don't know. No idea, honestly. Yeah, cannot decide. Vien ladies. Vietnamese, you mean? The problem is there's no... Dude. I've seen less than a handful of Asians here. The Asian population in Greeley, Colorado is practically non-existent. So there are no Asian hairstylists here. There's one in Fort Collins. Fort Collins is 45 minutes drive away. I think if I take public transport there, it'll be like a 1.5 to 2 hour trip, one way. But she's no longer taking on customers. So my other option would be to go down to Denver to find someone to do it there. But the problem with that approach though is that means the next time I get a haircut, I'll probably have to go down to Denver again. So I don't know. I have no idea. It's a tough one. Yeah, because I found out that... So the reason why for Asians is difficult is because, so first of all, the hair is different. So for the longest time, I thought it was just the hair. Turns out the fucking head shape is a problem. So for most, say like white people, if you just shave the back of your head, you just buzz it off, the top of the head sticks up further. Yeah. This part sticks up further, so you get kind of still a shape. Whereas if you just buzz it off on an Asian head, the back of the Asian head is pretty flat, so it looks really bad if you just buzz it straight up like that. So you have to do kind of a exaggerated slope if you want to buzz it. And yeah, so Asian hairstylists would be familiar with that. They know how to work around the typical Asian head and, you know, make it look good. But yeah, I have not had a single good... The only good haircut I've gotten since coming to America has been from an Asian, from a Chinese guy. It's the only good one. I had some Asian ladies do it. They were not very good either. They're okay, but they're older Asian women. But this one dude was like, I don't know, maybe early 30s. He was very good. And fast, too. That was the part that impressed me the most. He spent like a third of the time this other Asian woman would spend. And he'd do a much better job. Post the Google Maps Yelp info for the Korean hairstylist. The 001 Army will send them 1 stars. Yes. I need to harness my 001 Army. Why did I call mine that? Kind of like BTS? Greeley is 1.3% Asian. Holy shit, that's a bigger percent than I thought. 1.3 is huge! In inches. That's what I tell myself. Is it time? I got 4 of these in from 99ranch.com because they had a 25% off on most things, and it is very hard to find a discount on these Irvin's chips. These things are a ripoff. I'm not gonna lie, these things are a fucking ripoff. It's like the only time I've been okay with getting ripped off. Then again, is that a rip off anymore? But I'll show you. So this thing, if you try to buy it, it's like $10 a bag. Look at the pitiful amount that you get. It is just sad. That's it. That's all you get. It like comes up to here. $10. So I paid $7.50. Not as painful, but still. Holy shit! Look at PC Load Letter. He's doing some snooping. Cassava chips are my favorite chip. Taro is good too, but the thing about taro is that you can't go too crazy with the flavors because the taro flavor is very strong. It's got a sweetness to it. Cassava chip is the perfect chip. Nothing can change my mind. You know how some people enjoy Pringles better than regular potato chips because Pringles has more of a crunch? The problem with Pringles is that then it still tastes kind of just tastes like flour, right? Does not taste potatoey. But the texture, it's got a more chippy texture than a typical potato chip. I already got her home address. Whereas cassava, it's got that nice crunch to it. My God. Dude, this shit is the best chips money can buy. It's a lot of money though, but actually good salted egg. I haven't got a jar of salted egg yolk paste. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet.
Sorry, I don't understand. But I found.
I wasn't talking to you. Shut the fuck up. Shut
of
up.
paste?
Cage free. Organic. Cassava chip best. The funny thing is cassava chips are super cheap in Malaysia. Potato chips are more expensive than cassava chips. You can get super cheap cassava chips just, you know, on the streets. Literally, they'll have like little, they're not even food trucks, they're like food carts. And they'll have bags of cassava chips, seasoned cassava chips, spicy cassava chips. And they're stupid cheap. Back then it was like a quarter for a bag that's like, so this size but full for a quarter. This whole thing. So when I was in school, it'd be like this whole thing for a quarter. You've never seen cassava chips? Huh. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite. I think it's the best root to use for chips. Again, taro chips are good, but so the thing about cassava chips is it's a good canvas. On its own, it's not like super amazing or whatever. If we're talking just with salt, I think taro might be better. Beet is pretty good too. Sweet potatoes are good as well. But if we're adding flavor to it and all that stuff, if we're talking just texture, then cassava. I love your roommate, she's the best. It's fucking bitch, dude. Show that sunbae. Wait, sunbae as in the rice cracker? What is that? If you're talking about the rice crackers, I already finished it. I finished it the day I got it. I also got this. Thanks for the build. Past my bedtime. Alright, Sunzu the 8th. Thanks so much. Thanks for setting the board. I will get the rest of it done this weekend. And yeah, have a good night. I got these. Salted egg rolls. Pretty good. Kinda. Dude, you know what I want? I want rice crackers with salted egg seasoning. That would be amazing. Because the thing that's nice about rice crackers is calorie wise, crunch per they're very high in crunch per calorie. You know what's the fucking worst at crunch per calorie? Nuts. So good, but holy shit, dude. I wanted to buy some fried coated nuts, peanuts, at the Mexican grocery store this morning. Cause they're pretty popular in Asia, and so I wanted to get some because I haven't had them in forever. But just a little box. The calorie count was it was almost 300 calories per serving, and it was 18 servings in one tiny little container. It was about, I think it's basically the same size as this box. So, the size of this it's out of this box of coated peanuts. So, what's that? 18 times 3, what is that? 54. It was 5,400 calories in a box of just this size. What the fuck, dude? 5,400 calories. Those rice crackers on a special flavor? No, actually. Because aren't rice crackers popular in Japan as well, or maybe not? I don't know. So I just got the typical one with Ajinomoto, basically. Just a bunch of MSG. It's really good. It's super good. And I like that brand better than the other brand. There's two really popular brands. That one is Wang Wang. I like that one better. I can't remember what the other one is called. The other one is not as flavorful. But the Japanese ones have like seaweed and all sorts of other flavorings, right? Or like they have the sweet kind as well. I like the basic MSG one. Oh my god, I'm already halfway through this bag. It's so good. The nice thing is, it's only 600 calories. Not because it's low in calories, it's just low in amount. Low in mass. Only 4 servings per container. The typical bag of chips has 6 to 8 servings. It says 4. And this costs 3 to 4 times as much. Fuck this dude. Why do I like salted eggs so much? It's my brother's fault for showing me these chips. Alright, so these are made to put out of Singapore. My elder brother's friend in DFW quit his job at Toyota to be a distributor for these chips. Can you imagine quitting your cushy job at Toyota USA? To sell salted egg potato chips. Yeah. I'm just surprised to do that because I can't imagine the market being that big in the US for these. It's basically just catering to Asians. And not just any Asian. Rich Asians or Asians with no self-control with money. I'm in the letter group. How did it work out for him? I don't know. But so far most of the big name Asian markets have them. 99 Ranch, Ztao, H Mart will have these chips. So I'm assuming it's doing pretty. He's doing pretty well. And the profit margin on these must be fucking insane. $10 for this small bag of chips? Dude, I'm gonna finish this whole bag. All I wanted to do was to just show you guys the chip and just eat like a few on stream, but I think I'm actually gonna finish it. Fuck. It's just so good. It's got that salted egg powder on it. It's not just a seasoning. It's literally just ground up salted egg. And you've got curry leaves as well. Oh my god. Yeah, so ingredients. Cassava, salted duck egg yolk, which is egg yolk and salt. Bird's eye chili. Buttery spread, which is vegetable oil, palm and canola oil. Salt. Soy, some vitamin A acetate, vitamin D3, alpha tocopherol acetate. It's got a lot of sciencey bullshit on it. Oh, it's got soy sauce. And MSG, of course. Curry leaves, garlic, spice. I hate whenever they just say spice. I hate when you buy stuff and then the ingredients just say spice. Like, what the fuck? Tell me what the fuck is in it. NGB, hello. They're always so secretive about that. We've got spice. I need to know what kind of spice, goddammit. What if I'm allergic to it? One chip challenge. That is a real challenge. I cannot do a one chip challenge. Maybe the meanest stuff from Dude. That explains why this shit costs $10 a bag. They had to fight off big ass worms just to make this. I should rewatch Dune. I've been meaning to do that. Is it just me or does Dune also suffer from the same audio problems as the Dark Knight trilogy? Especially the one with Bane in it. What is that one called? Okay, I'm gonna have to put this away. But I'm almost done with it. I should just finish it. Motherfucker, why is this so good? But I don't want to Bane in it. The audio is just super bad. I had to turn on subtitles. I really don't get why it's so. People, directors think that it's artistic or whatever, where everything, all the scenes are super dark, low contrast, and they do the same shit with the audio as though you're like, the fuck did they say? So usually you can try to read their lips, right? But with Bane, he has a fucking mask on. Same thing in Dune. A lot of them have masks on, like when they're in the desert or whatever. You're like, what? Yeah, so when I watched Dune with friends, we actually agreed to turn on subtitles because we could not hear what the fuck was happening. Also, Chokan, you know what you have to do today, right? You have to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I already sent you the link. You have to do it today and let us know. So I'm glad I can read the Japanese subs. Ooh. I realized I did not talk to you guys about the big. Oh wait, no. I think I actually talked about the translation in your channel, right? In the Discord, I did. Oh no, I did say it. Yeah. Already downloaded it. Sick. All right. I should probably go. Let's look for someone to raid. Now I can't run the credits today because I didn't turn on stream labels, so I will manually call them out. Chokan, 50 months sub. Thank you so much. Hammer Brother, 39 months. Thank you, thank you. And then the mods. Piece of Load Letter, Chokan. Thank you for being here. Ooh, excuse me. Let's look for someone to raid. I think Tim Keyless is streaming. Also, don't forget to check out Hammer Brother. He streams Monday nights. What time on Monday night? Yes, it says you're a 26-month subscriber, Piece of Loader. Yeah, so don't forget, click on Hammer Brother, give him a follow. And then, I'm assuming Tim Keyless is still streaming, so let's raid. Oops. Number 1, RGB, my man. Yes, it is number 1. Yeah, definitely the best movie I've seen in the past few years. I haven't decided if it's the best I've seen of all time, but I have considered it. 9 p.m. PST. So don't forget it, 9 p.m. PST, Monday. Hammer Brothers stream. Alright. So everybody, thanks so much for being here. There probably won't be a stream next Friday. I will see you the Friday after that. It depends. It depends if I can stream the Lord of the Rings Keycap set. So maybe I'll do that. Not sure yet. Or I'll just put the pictures on Discord. This week I have to upload all the Twitch VODs to YouTube. I have not kept up with that. I need to do that. But yeah, I hope you have a good weekend. Have fun, everybody. And take care. We'll raid Tim Keyless. Go say hi. Goodbye.